Hello, readers. Welcome back to Readers Workshop. I have Gus here, and he's going to be joining us for a little bit of Readers Workshop today because I was just telling Gus about the time when I was your age, and I went to see The Nutcracker, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's a famous ballet, and my grandfather took me to go see The Nutcracker when I was your age. He knew someone that was in the show. And my grandfather, I was telling Gus, actually got to take me backstage behind the curtains. And I got to peek back there and see how everything was made. And I got to see the costumes and I got to see the dancers practicing. And I really got a glimpse into how the whole ballet, which I just loved, was made and how every part was crafted, actually, which is another word for made or put together. And that memory of the ballet, I was telling Gus, it actually reminded me of what you guys as readers have been doing for a few weeks now. It seems to me that you have been kind of pulling back the curtain, just like I got to at that famous ballet I went to. But you've been pulling back the curtain on your stories. Not just a ballet, but you've been pulling back the curtain on your stories. And you've been enjoying the stories and learning how the authors crafted or wrote those stories. So today, Gus and my sweet second graders, we are going to talk about how authors often write to help us think about big ideas. So everyone, when I say big ideas, you're going to go, because when we think big ideas, we want to go something that really makes our brain think. And these big ideas usually teach us a lesson. Authors want us to learn a lesson after we read their books. Authors don't just want us to say, that was a nice book, and move on. They want us to really think about the lesson that they're teaching in that book. And sometimes for the lesson, that's kind of the heart of the story. So let's take a look at a story that you read last week. Last week on Seesaw, you read The Most Magnificent Thing. We had a determined little girl here who was not giving up. So you might remember part of this story. Her and her most best friend in the world were not going to give up. She wanted to create something amazing. And she kept trying and trying, even though her amazing creation kept failing. That means it didn't work. It didn't work. And look at how frustrated she is. The author really had some powerful parts where the author used dialogue and she explodes. She was so angry. She kept trying. She pinched her finger. She really wanted to quit. But let's see if we remember what happens in the end. In the end, she sees things in a different way. And she used all the parts of her inventions that she did like. And in the end, it really was the most magnificent thing. That was the end of the story because look at what she created. And so boys and girls, you should have read this book last week. And I want to talk about today what you think the author, Ashley Spires. What do you think the author wanted you to learn from this book? Do you think the author really wanted you to learn how to make this exact machine that she made for her assistant, her dog? I don't think that was the author's message. In this story, I think the author's message was kind of similar to the book The Dot. But I think that Ashley Spires wants us to know that we can't give up. And if we keep trying and trying and trying, then something good will happen and we will be able to meet our goal if we keep trying and not give up. So that's what I think the message is, the heart of the story, and the big idea from the most magnificent thing. Now, each book has a message from the author. The author doesn't, again, just want you to say, oh, how nice. The author wants you to talk about the book. So today, you are going to be reading a book or listening to a book. And the book that you are going to be listening to is A Bad Case of the Stripes. And after you listen to this book, and the link will be on our at-home calendar, you are going to go to Seesaw and you are going to write what you think the author's message, and this book is by a famous author named David Shannon. What you think the author's message or the lesson that David Shannon wanted you to learn from this book. And I can't wait to hear your own responses. We're going to talk more about the author's message when we meet in our meeting, but I want you to have a chance to try this on your own. So go ahead and listen to the book, A Bad Case of the Stripes by David Shannon. And then on Seesaw, you're going to post what you think the author's message or the lesson is in the story. Okay, good luck, readers. I know you will do great. And don't forget, learn a lesson and think, what does the author want to teach me? Be nice. Maybe don't talk to strangers. Those are all good lessons. So let's see what the lesson is in A Bad Case of the Stripes. Bye, readers.